Hello there folks, I'm Dan Brown from asortofinterestinglife.com, and today we're going to talk about my absolute love of the rather handy tools for filming and editing videos, which are the iPad and what you're viewing me on, or what you're viewing me being filmed on right now, the front-facing camera of an iPod Touch 5th generation. I'm going to flip it around so we can see the back-facing camera, and well, let's dive in. And here we are filming straight on the back camera. So as you can see, even in the sort of very early dusk, very slight shadow, not perfect, brilliant, bright sunlight, it still gives an excellent crisp image. And similarly, if we have a quick look at the footage on these before I show you some random samples and photos of the world out and about and goodness knows what random footage, we'll just see what these cameras are like. Just hold the iPad freehand, I think. It's also worth noting at this point that you're listening to the audio as recorded straight up by the inbuilt microphones, so that'll give you hopefully a general idea of the audio quality as well as the video footage to expect. This is the front-facing iPad camera, and of course that must mean that this is the rear-facing camera. Lovely stuff. Right, let's look at some proper footage. Here are a couple of random clips that were filmed on the iPad. You're also listening to me recording my voice as a voiceover in iMovie on the iPad, just with the standard built-in microphone. It's sat on top of a wooden desk, so it may sound a little bit echoey, but the general gist is this is what it sounds like, and this is what the camera looks like. You can see that the sun glare is, as you would expect, always going to be a big factor. Yeah, right, let's look at some iPod footage. And now we are filming with the iPod, and I'm also recording this voiceover in iMovie on the iPod. So once again, this is a general, just quick demonstration of what the audio recording can be like. I thought I would put in a few different images and a few different close-ups, far-away shots, landscapes, lighting conditions, just so that you can get, hopefully, a well-rounded view of the sort of footage that this is going to be recording. And I, for one, am incredibly impressed. And the iPod, I think I bought it, it's 32GB version. It was 200 quid. I know that you can get them cheaper, but I was desperate to get a iPod very quickly after I dropped one of my previous cameras into the canal. So I had to run into town and buy an iPod at its actual retail price. I know, what a terrible world. But that did then let me be able to get a load of footage for my first documentary episode. Anyway, close up on a brick here. Just wanted to really share with you what the image quality is like. Hopefully this is going to be something that's useful if you're lining up your potential future purchases. An iPod is about 80-88 grams, and as you know, roughly the same sort of size in terms of its actual footprint as an iPhone 5 and 5S, but a lot thinner. And to me, when you've got something so lightweight and small that I literally take it everywhere, I mean, if you're getting this sort of footage from it, absolutely fantastic. After we've had a look at this footage, I'm going to cut back to me talking more about it on a different day wearing a different t-shirt, if you're interested in what that change of clothing is all about. Anyway, I suppose, the other thing that I'll probably talk about once I'm back on the boat after this is using the iPod and the iPad to edit. So it's just a random thing. This is iMovie here, just a few random clips just to show you how you generally use it. And it is basically all there, right at your fingertips in the most literal sense. And editing and things are as simple as anything could be. And I think the app, I'm not sure if it's free now, it probably isn't now that I've said that, but I bought it for about $2.99 and it's one of the better apps that I have ever spent money on. So yeah, I'm very impressed. Anyway, let's talk more about that back on the boat. We're back on board filming with the iPod's front-facing camera, and once again I just really want to give you a general demonstration of what the footage is like for actual speaking to camera, proper vlogging sort of video recording. So I'm going to just record this bit and talk about a few of the things that I love about the iPod. Now, first of all, the iPod itself is very small, like the iPhone 5S with its screen size, etc., but incredibly thin. It weighs, I think, 80 or maybe 88 grams, so it's literally, I mean, when you put that in your pocket or if you're holding it up, because it weighs so little, it really is as if it's not there. And especially I find that useful for when I'm holding it in front of me and talking to camera, or when I'm panning around and showing different things and scenery around. Basically, anytime that I'm holding it at arm's length, obviously by having such a lightweight thing, you're not starting to shake and starting to struggle against the weight of it. And that in itself is worth an awful lot to me personally, because as you can see, a lot of the footage that I do is of the incredible scenery and stuff outside, and me talking in different places at the camera. As well, being only that light, I've got it currently with one single piece of masking tape taped up to the wall, which is where I normally film from. I also use the iPad with a lot more tape stuck straight up on that wall to get this straight down the boat camera angle. And really, like I say, I just really wanted to give you that general option of seeing some proper speaking to camera footage. There's a lot to be said about how brilliant the rear-facing camera is, and you've seen the footage from the front of the boat going through the sunny canal and different views and close-ups and things like that. So hopefully you've got the gist of just how good this camera is. And like I say, when you consider that it's not only a camera, but obviously an iPod, and then got goodness knows how many apps there are for things like time lapses and other little features. And of course, iOS 8 is going to add more features again. I think one of the things that I would say that the ultimate bonus with something like this, or the iPad, being a really good camera, and certainly more than good enough for the usage that I have for it, is the benefit of it being not just a camera and effectively a whole miniature computer, is you can also upload straight from YouTube from the device. So you can film and then edit and then upload without ever having to do anything that isn't on the iPod or on the iPad. Now, I personally like to edit on the iPad because you've got the bigger screen, as I've mentioned and hopefully shown you already. But also, what I like to do, at my mum's house, I have got an old broken MacBook, which I prefer to transfer my videos onto there, then upload them from YouTube from the laptop, because that then allows you to just leave them there on YouTube, ready to press publish as and when you want. So, for example, I hope that I may have a screenshot or something like that I can post now. But at the start of this week, I decided I was going to post one video minimum every single day. And by the time that Sunday rolled around, I already had 5 videos online, and all I had to do was tap on publish, and that's it, they would go live. So something like that again, obviously with an iPhone, or the iPad that I've got is the cellular one, I can wake up in the morning, go on, connect to the phone network, right, what have we got? I think we'll publish the Filofax video today, or I think we'll publish the kayak boat trip today. And that again, editing, uploading, obviously filming, and then even publishing, it's absolutely perfect. But like I say, the iMovie way of uploading directly from there to YouTube just publishes it as you literally upload it, and it just goes live straight away. Anyway, I absolutely love it. I've been using the iPad for well over a year now to do almost all my filming, and now pretty much every bit of filming I do is either on the iPad or that, unless it's my dodgy bike footage, which I'm having real difficulty with my little camera getting a solid steady image, but that's something for a different video. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. As always, feel free to check out my other videos, loads of narrowboat life, loads of random bits of biking and boating and walking and astronomy and goodness knows what else, basically. And as usual, I suppose I'll say subscribe, like the Facebook page, feel free to add me personally on Facebook and Twitter, and check out my books for the Kindle. A narrowboat and a notebook might be a good one to start with, £1.53, check it out if you want. If not, just have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you around soon. Farewell.